Welcome to Helping Hands. This is where we celebrate the people across Australia who make the world a better place. Coming up today,
it feels like we're setting them free and helping them fly.
the second part of Take Charge of Your Life.
Kids just want their parents.
We look at the different stages of parenting and we invite you to connect at helpinghands.tv. Last week, we saw the first part of Wesley Mission's Take Charge of Your Life, which mentors young people transitioning out of foster care into independent adult life and providing a base for the young people to return to for ongoing support if needed. This is the second part of that story.
Wesley Take Charge of Your Life is a program that supports young people as they're transitioning out of foster care. It runs through all of Sydney and up to Ballina, so wherever we have an out-of-home care office, wherever our foster care teams are based, Wesley Take Charge of Your Life works with them all the way up the coast.
The name of my role is Future Planning Consultant. My role entails providing support to those children who are ageing out of the foster care system and ensuring that they have all the help and support that they need to live independently. All right, checking your mirrors before you pull out, make sure it's all clear. Right now, I'm assisting Claire with getting, some of her hours up. She's looking to get her license fairly soon. So, in some cases, some young people may not be able to get all their hours up because, their carers may not have the time. I'm just assisting Claire right now, just so she can get more hours up so she can go for her Ps. Oh, good job there. Some people would have turned in front of that van. It will be building Claire's confidence up to know that, she can get herself around, she can make appointments. If she ever needed to, help a friend out, she could do that as well. So it's basically, building on her daily living skills and ensuring that she's got that confidence to know that, she'll be able to get herself around. So how have things been at home?
They've been good. I'm looking forward to moving out though.
Yeah.
Foster mum's really riding my tail.
Oh, about what?
Oh, just need to do something. Need to be more social and get more work, better job.
Okay, so she's wanting you to be more of a social butterfly, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, in some way, I guess.
Okay, so we're going to reverse. Did you check over your shoulder, Claire?
Yep. Straight.
Yep, straighten up. Oh, watch the curb. There we go. Good stuff.
I try and touch base with my team leaders on a weekly basis, usually 2 or 3 times a week, and that keeps me up to speed with what's happening up north as well as what's happening in Sydney and with the Kickstart houses. Hey Rosie.
Hey Rita, how you going?
Good, how are you? How's your day been?
Oh, not too bad. Got a phone call from Tristan.
Oh.
So unfortunately, he's broken up with his partner
Yep.
and needs housing. I've spoken to Peter at Wesley Housing. They have a property, so we're going to be in touch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hopefully early next week to go get Tristan out there and have a look at it.
Oh, fantastic.
Hopefully that all works out for the best.
Oh, well that's good. And if you need any help with the bond or the moving costs or anything, we can work something out.
Yep, you're always good for it, Rita.
Excellent. Thanks, Rosie. See ya.
No worries, see ya.
For any young person when they turn 18, there's still a long way to go to developing the skills that you need for adulting. Taking on a rental property, managing your car, managing your life, managing relationships, all of those things are really complex, and most young people have the opportunity to go backwards and forwards to their family to have that ongoing support. Wesley Take Charge of Your Life team in effect tries to provide that support to young people you know, as they enter adulthood and they start practicing adulting, which is complicated.
The best thing about my job is seeing the personal growth in all the young people, empowering them and seeing the confidence and boost in their self-esteem, knowing that they are able to perform particular living skills tasks on their own. So after my appointment at Centrelink with Corey, I'll be assisting another client with looking at a new rental property. Today I'm here to assist one of our young people by the name of Corey. He just needs assistance applying for youth allowance, so I'm going to head in on there now and give him a hand.
Don't go anywhere, there's more to come.
It feels like we're setting them free and helping them fly, and watching them fly is amazing. My future planners work really closely with other teams. They work with homelessness teams, they work with the financial counsellors that also support our work around teaching kids around the financial management and budgeting lessons. So there's lots of different parts of Wesley that we can connect with that help us to provide a holistic service to the young people that we work with.
So Claire, we've had a look at a few of the furniture items you're going to have, but let's go back over the budget that we discussed last week with your current income.
Yep.
So currently you're getting Centrelink.
Yep.
Budgeting and living within your means is a super important skill that we try and teach our young people. And like we talked about, if you get a part-time job while you are studying, that'll give you a bit more to add to the budget. But at the moment, a lot of people who don't get those skills early on in their adult life will find it very difficult to get out of that debt cycle, and the way they live their life is beyond their means, which can be really difficult and put them into really horrible situations like homelessness. So we've talked about your rent. What are some of the other things you think you need to pay for out of your budget?
Food,
Yep.
uni fees, like my textbooks and stuff. How I get to uni and back.
So public transport. Have you got any other expenses that you can think of?
Oh, my phone.
Phone.
But I pay that monthly, that's on a plan.
That's okay, we can work out that. So what we would do, because it's a fortnightly budget and you pay monthly, we would just
I have my
that.
medication too.
And your medication. Okay. Some people struggle because the amount of money that they're budgeting with is so small, given that it's a government benefit. So that's why we try and teach them ways to increase that budget, like getting a part-time job while studying, or thinking of other ways to bring in a small income to help them so that they can actually get the things that they want as well as the things that they need. Your rent assistance and also 25% of your income. So your income is...
Another part of the service that we provide through this team is an aftercare service. So for young people, once they turn 25, Wesley Mission is still there and they can come back at any time, and we have an aftercare worker who can provide support for them and referrals out to other agencies, or just be a listening ear for them to come back to if they need to. Wesley Mission sees the young people that have been in foster care with us as being part of the Wesley family, and therefore we try to always be there for them.
So you know the guy that I was seeing the other week?
Yeah.
So we ended that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
what happened there?
Oh, it just didn't work out.
Oh, it's not.
But I started on, I met a guy online that I think might seem promising.
So right now I'm speaking to Claire about cyber safety, and she mentioned that she met a guy online, and I'm just explaining to her or suggesting some things that she can do if she does decide to meet up with him. What types of information have you shared with him?
Or like general stuff, what I do in the day, like my name, obviously what I do for work and for study. He knows like about my siblings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like a little bit about my story, but I haven't really shared that much.
Okay.
Yeah, and it might be a conversation that might come up every so often, and it's just like preparing the young person and ensuring that they have, I guess, the skills and the confidence knowing that, you know, they have a plan B. And this is just a suggestion. I'd be very careful about like meeting up with him, make sure that you don't invite him back to the house. I would probably meet him in a public space, you know, during the day. And even if you wanted to have maybe someone like a friend nearby, just in case if things go a little bit haywire, then you can leg it.
The things that you saw today are just a glimpse of what happens in their life, and we just hope that they are lessons that they take with them on their life's journey, that they are lessons that they just absorb into their life, and eventually they don't need that ongoing support to remind them and teach them, but they're things that they will just start to do naturally as they mature and as they have that support around them. And a lot of it is actually building their confidence and giving them the belief in themselves that they can do it. Not every day is great. There are some really heartbreaking things that happen that we just have to work through. We are having a positive impact in the lives of the young people we work with. It feels like we're setting them free and helping them fly, and watching them fly is amazing.
If you are a helping hand or would like to see a helping hand from your local community featured on this program, visit our website and be in touch. We'd love to hear about the people and organisations across Australia who are making the world a better place.
To find out more about Take Charge of Your Life, visit our website and click through to the Helping Hands directory. Welcome back to Helping Hands. This is where we celebrate the work of the people who make the world a better place. Children are a blessing and can bring many joys and challenges to parents and siblings. As a parent and now a grandmother, I have certainly experienced the many stages of parenting, and each stage has brought with it many challenges and tears, and also much happiness and an overwhelming sense of joy. The panel joined Laura Bennett in the studio today and discuss the different stages of parenting.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us. With me on the panel today, we've got Warwick Marsh, the CEO of Dads for Kids. We've got Justine To from the Centre for Public Christianity, and also psychologist and teacher Colette Smart. Thank you guys all so much for being with us. Colette, the stages of parenting, they are varied from infancy, childhood, teens, adolescence, etc., adulthood. Is it difficult for parents to navigate those different stages of the parenting journey?
Every parenting stage has its joys and its challenges. You know, when you bring home this new baby and you might have a toddler at home and you have a baby who sleeps or doesn't sleep, that could affect everything. You have some teens that sail through the adolescent years, and then things tend to go wrong as they're leaving school. I think it also depends on your temperament, your child's temperament. You might have life circumstances changing. There might be a separation. You might have lost your job. There's a lot of things that will come into change or alter different stages of parenting. So I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all.
And it's a season of a lot of change, right? Like through those seasons, a lot changes for the parents. Warwick, what would you say to that, the experience parents are facing as their children grow up?
Well, it's interesting. Elizabeth Bukhari says that grief is the price we pay for love. And Colette was talking about the different stages of parenting, and there's a grief that goes along with each stage as you leave that stage. So the baby's born, a great joy for the family. The baby becomes a toddler and doesn't need mum as much, and mum's a bit sad inside. The mother probably more so. Then the little toddler goes to school and it's quiet at home, and you know, it's another ball game. And then, of course, the child grows up into teenage years and starts becoming more independent, and there's a sadness there for both mum and dad. So I would argue that being a parent is going through these stages of grief in the best possible way, and releasing your child to growth, releasing your child to new opportunities, releasing your child to be independent.
And Justine, you're a mum of a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old. What does parenting look like for you at the other end of the spectrum?
It's a hard thing for someone like me who wants to have a successful career as well. But I really need to sit with the fact that kids just want their parents. They want their attention, they want their love, they want them to invest in them. So if I get home and like last night I had to go out and do something, and then my 7-year-old is going, no, don't, then I'm like, yeah. And I should feel that struggle, Like I don't want to say to the mums out there, no, never go and do those things. But every mum gets it. There is that twinge. And as long as we're kind of aware of that, and we're always mindful that somewhere someone's making that sacrifice, right? Either it's you making that sacrifice to be there for your kids, or they're making a sacrifice of your presence for them. So as long as we can always remember that, and if I can instill that in them as well when they become parents, or even not even parents, but when they become a good friend to someone else, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's really important.
And it sounds like change is really one of the biggest things you've got to navigate as a parent. Like that's a feature no matter what, time of life it is. But Warwick, through those different stages, how do you think, maybe from a dad's perspective, what does it look like to be present in the life of your child as they grow and change and do all of the different things through life?
Change is the only constant. And this is why parenting is so hard, because it's like once you learn how to look after a toddler, then you've got to look after the sort of kindergarten level, then it goes to primary school. So the children are growing all the time, things are changing, your children are all different, so there's all these differentials as well. Look, I'm not sure I've really got any brilliant answers. I wish I could. Parenting is a lot of trial and error, if the truth be known. That's probably not something we should be saying in this panel, but
We should, because I think...
You mean we can tell the truth?
Yes.
Sure.
Because otherwise parents think there's some goal that they're missing. Somehow there's this mystery that they don't know. I'm so glad you said it.
Yeah, well, I think parenting is actually very hard, because there's no such thing as a perfect parent. There's no such thing as a perfect child. So you're mixing this imperfect parent with, and in many ways your children teach you more about being a good parent than you do being a good children. So there's this backwards and forwards, and so I haven't got a very good answer, but at least I've been honest. Is that right?
Yeah, you've been honest. Thank you for being honest.
And maybe honesty with your kids. Is that something, Colette, from a psychological perspective? Do you need to do that?
Yes, absolutely. I think, gone are the days where we didn't talk about pain to children, or didn't talk about some of the things we were going through with our children. Now, I'm not saying you save all your deepest, darkest stuff for your kids. Obviously we need to have adults in our own lives that we offload on, but it's good to show our children what it feels like to be human when there's pain, when we feel anxious about something, the anxiety of applying for a new job, and they learn life skills. If our children don't see us live in the real stuff of life, and sometimes we joke about bubble wrapping our kids, and I also sometimes want to protect them from everything, but it makes them weaker if they don't have real life experiences where we're around them, where they are safe but they can experience life's pain in safe ways. That they're more resilient when they leave the home.
Thank you for bringing that thought to the table, and thank you everyone for your contributions, and thank you guys for watching.
If there's a topic that you'd like to see discussed on Helping Hands, visit our website and be in touch. We love talking about the things that make the world a better place.
There is not one formula for the best way to parent, and all parents, mentors and guardians certainly do need to be willing to change and adapt, and also be mindful of other parenting styles as their children grow and develop through their various stages of development. Visit the website to see the extended version of this conversation from Colette, Warwick and Justine. Being flexible and being willing to adapt what you do is the key when working with young people who are finding their way in life. The best thing we can do as parents and mentors is to love our children and help to equip and guide them to be independent adults who go on to make a positive contribution themselves and become role models and mentors in their own right. The challenge for us all is to see the value of every individual, regardless of their circumstance, meet others where they are at, and make a positive contribution ourselves.
Let us know about the Helping Hands in your local community at helpinghands.tv. Send a photo or a short video and tell us about your local heroes in 25 words or less.
Don't forget to visit our website to find out more about this program, contribute to the conversations, and become part of the Helping Hands family. Thanks to Laura and the panel for sharing their expertise today, and also to you for your time. I'll see you next week here on Helping Hands.